Hi guys, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'll be making arroz con pollo, or chicken with rice. Now let me tell you, this is a very flavorful one-pot meal and a very easy meal that comes together in less than an hour. And not only is it delicious, it's gonna make your whole house smell delicious. And there's many ways that you can make this, but I'm gonna show you today how to make an easy version of arroz con pollo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a sofrito, and that is going to add a lot of flavor to this dish. Everything that I need is in here. I'm going to add it to the blender. First, I'm going to start with a red bell pepper. You want to de-seed your red bell pepper. I cut it up just to make it easier to blend. And then I have an Anaheim pepper. If you can find cumin pepper, go ahead and use that. If not, substitute it for Anaheim. Again, I went ahead and I de-seeded this. And then I have one whole onion, and I'm using yellow onion. And then I have 8 whole garlic cloves. It's going to be very flavorful. Okay, now for this part, for those of you who do not like cilantro, turn away, do not look. You're going to need like a bunch of cilantro, stem and all. I went ahead and I rinsed this. Thoroughly rinse your cilantro. Add it in here. I would add more, but I think this is going to be good. So now I'm just going to go ahead and blend it up. No need to add any liquid. You don't need to add salt or pepper. Okay, so this is finely pureed. Smells so good. Now, if you can see how much it made, I'm not going to use all of this for this recipe. What you can do is you can pour it in a Ziploc and freeze it. And then you can have it for the next time you want to make this. You can add it to any other recipe like a stew, soup, beans. So now let me get all this out from the blender. So here it is. So you can see a better look at how it's all finely pureed. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to get started on the chicken. So I have 4 bone-in chicken thighs. I have 1 boneless chicken breast. It was a pretty good size, so I cut it in half. And I removed the fat from all the chicken, seasoned both sides with salt and pepper. So make sure you season very well your chicken. Now I'm just going to get this over to the stove and start to brown it. My pan is on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. And now I'm going to place my chicken skin side down, if it had skin. And that is the sizzle that you want to hear. So I'm just going to brown this side for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to flip it and cook the other side for another 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it to the other side. So now I'm going to let this side go for 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and remove the chicken and put it on a plate. And now you just want to set your chicken aside. Okay, so now I'm going to turn my heat to medium because this is pretty hot. And you see all those brown bits in there? That is going to give this chicken and rice some extra flavor. So here I have 1 cup of my sofrito, and I'm going to add it in here. And you just want to cook this until the liquid is cooked out. So for about maybe 2 minutes. Okay, so now after 2 minutes, here I have 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. So now I'm just going to add this in here. And now I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Mix that in. And now to this, I'm going to add in 1/2 cup of chicken broth. And here I have 2 cups of rice. I'm just going to add that in there. Mix that around. I turned my heat up just a little bit. And I'm just going to let this go for about 2 minutes. So now after 2 minutes, I'm going to add in 2 cups of chicken broth. And 1.5 cups of water. You want to turn your heat back up to high because you want to get this to boil. Just going to mix this around. I'm going to add in the juice of 1 lime, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. And here I have a cup of frozen mixed vegetables. I'm going to add in 1 bay leaf. And now I'm going to place my chicken back in the pan. And you want to add your juices from the chicken in here too, because there's a lot of flavor in there. So I'm just waiting for this to come to a boil. And now that it has, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to lower my temperature to low. And I'm going to come back and check it in 20 minutes. And one important tip that I forgot to mention, once you cover it, do not lift this lid. Let it go. Let it do its thing. It's getting happy in there. All throughout my house. Oh my goodness, it smells so delicious. So I will come back only in 20 minutes. And if I think it needs a little bit more time, I'll adjust it by 5-10 minutes. But just back away from the stove and let it be. So as you can see, there is still some liquid there. I'm going to cover it back up very quickly. And I'm going to cook it for an additional 10 minutes. The reason why I wanted to check it at 20 is because, like I always say, everyone's stove is different, everyone's oven is different. So I would say check it in 20 to 25 minutes and see how yours is looking. But as for me, I'm going to let it go an additional 10 more minutes. And it is all finished. All in all, it took 37 minutes. It also depends on the type of pan that you'll be using. If you notice that you have some liquid on the edges or in the middle, just let it go an additional 5-10 minutes on low and you'll be good to go. Let me go ahead and remove that bay leaf. And let me serve up my plate. And now I can finally dig in. Some of the rice got browned on the bottom, and that's just going to add so much more flavor to this. Now let me try some of that chicken. Now let me tell you, the chicken is tender, and it's fully cooked. So delicious, so good, so easy to make. So definitely make this recipe today. All the ingredients will be listed in the description box. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. And I'd like to say thank you to all of you who are constantly sharing my videos. I really appreciate it. And that's the video for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.